We'd like to call to order the workshop session for the Dunkirk Common Council meeting. Just to note, Councilmember Washington will be excused for today. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Williams.
Here.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Here.
Councilmember Heenan.
Here.
Councilmember Civiletta.
Here. All right, stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we will skip over certification of prior meeting, skip over reader privilege of the floor, skip over privilege of the floor. Mayor, communications from the mayor, including disapproval messages. You got anything for here? Or? Okay. Communications from the public and petitions.
Number one, notice of claim from Jose A. Reyes Collazo for damages allegedly caused when he hit a manhole cover on Central Avenue between 6th and 7th Street at about 6:30 p.m.
Okay, we need a motion to send that to the law department.
Yeah.
First by Councilman Bamanto. Second by Councilman Civiletta.
Number two, notice of claim from Lenore Feeblecorn for damages allegedly caused due to sewer and drainage water that backed up into the basement on October 6th and 7th.
Does two need a motion to send to the law department? Motion by Councilman Bamanto. Second by Councilman Civiletta.
Number three, notice of claim from Judith Demansky for damages caused by water backing up into the basement allegedly due to city sewers.
Need a motion to refer this to the law department. Councilman Bamanto first. Councilman Civiletta for a second.
Number four, written prior notice from Michael Tofu for quote unquote a dangerous situation and quote outside 84 East Front Street. The storm sewer receiver has a large hole which has exposed the jagged rebar.
One, I'll say that I believe, and Director Woodbury can correct me, that that's been repaired.
All fixed.
And secondly, I believe this is a received and filed. Reports of standing committees, boards, and commissions. I got nothing. Councilman Bamanto? Councilman Heenan?
No, sir.
Councilman Civiletta?
Just that at the next public safety meeting, I've scheduled people who own OnSource, which is also Code Red, to do a presentation
Okay.
about the whole program.
All right.
And that's on November 14th,
What time?
4 o'clock. Unless I get councilmen who object and want to go at a different time, that's also possible. So as of right now, the 14th.
14th. Any unfinished business? Seeing none. Pre-filed resolutions.
106, resolution accepting hanging flower basket donation from Revitalized Dunkirk.
Any discussion in here? Next.
107, resolution authorizing alternative hours for City Hall employees.
Any discussion in here?
Did you want to?
Yeah, I was thinking, I talked to Councilman Bamanto about it, and we were gonna, I think we already had put it on the agenda for the personnel committee meeting,
Which is next Thursday.
which is next
Next
Thursday.
Tuesday.
So if we table it until after the personnel committee meeting, then that might be have a better chance to get through. So I think we're gonna hold on and wait and have the discussion at the personnel committee meeting. So I'll make the motion to table it at the time, and then we'll just hold it off until we talk at personnel.
One of us will have to make that motion, 'cause- or can you do it?
That's correct.
Oh, I can't do it from here, so I'm not gonna make that motion, so somebody else will have to make that motion to table it. Which, by the way, at the beginning of the meeting, we'll have to make a motion to have me
Chair the meeting.
take over for Councilmember Washington. Any other discussion on the hours? I guess I'd have one question before we get out there, whatever. Is this similar to the same language that we used for the summer?
Yeah.
Exact, or is it the same?
Exact same.
Okay.
Yeah. Just since it's not summer, we just said alternative hours, or you could say
Okay.
flex hours.
All right,
I do that. One more. Anybody in City Hall, because these hours, whoever it affects, they come to that meeting. And I encourage you to come to that meeting next Tuesday at 4 p.m., the personnel meeting, if you have anything that you want to add to that.
all right.
We have one walk-in.
Let me just ask anybody else.
Sorry.
Okay. Go ahead.
Walk-in is Resolution 108, resolution endorsing purchase of 2 replacement loaders.
Okay, Randy, you want to speak to that?
Public Works Committee's been looking into these for a while, and we have 2 on reserve right now that we can get immediately. It's taken some time to get specifications together, but we're now ready to move. And we probably could do this without a resolution, but council's been instrumental in making this happen, so we want you fully on board with making this movement and to show that we're all together to get this fleet repaired. The mechanics have told us that they did miracles to keep them going last year, but they're not gonna do it again.
All right, anybody have any questions for here for
I'd
Randy on that?
like to vote yes on this, but I'd like to have what the cost is going to be on the resolution.
Okay. Can we amend that for the cost for it, and then that also includes like the maintenance part of it too, right?
The cost of one of them, we're gonna trade in one loader, and the cost of one loader is $177,547. These are on state contract. And the other one is $190,386. That one does not have a trade-in to go with it. So they're the same loader, but one of them is about $20,000 less because we have a trade-in.
No, Richard tells me that this will be amended.
The language.
Yeah, that's perfect.
We'll amend it accordingly.
Do we need to
Give that to
make
you.
a special amendment at the meeting, or?
I would just add on the resolved, at the end of that, city funds, comma, one at a cost of $193.86 and the other at a cost of $177,547.
And the general ledger lines that are charged.
You will put them online there.
You can.
The 190 is fund 1, 5110, 4055. The other one is a combination of fund 2, 1900, 1990, and fund 3, 1900, 1990.
What was the first one for fund 2?
Fund 2, 002, period 1900, period 1990. The other one, and it's a 50-50 split between that one and 003, period 1900, period 1990. You got the first one?
Yep.
001, period 5110, period 4055.
That good?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay. All right, any other questions on the walk-in resolution? Seeing no other new business, motion to adjourn the workshop session. Motion by Councilman Bomano, second by Councilman Simoletto. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto? Aye. Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stovoletto?
Aye.
I'd like to bring to order the Common Council meeting for November 6, 2018 of the Dunkirk Common Council. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Here.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Here.
Councilmember Heenan?
Here.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Here.
Councilmember at-large Voisin.
Councilman Washington is excused today. And I'd like to say now that I'd like to offer the city's condolences to the Wallison family during their time of grief at this time. And we will need a motion to have me officially run the meeting.
Make that motion.
Motion by Councilman Bomano,
I'll second that.
second by Councilman Civiletto. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Okay, passed. All right, let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Certification of prior meetings.
This is to certify that an official copy of the minutes of the Common Council meeting of Tuesday, November 6, 2018 was presented to the mayor on Friday, October 26, 2018. Pursuant to Section 3.03 of the Dunkirk City Charter, all items presented to the mayor are now in full force and effect. In witness whereof, I have hereto set my hand and seal of the city of Dunkirk, New York, this 6th day of November, 2018.
I need a motion dispensing with the reading of the minutes. Motion by Councilman Bomano,
Second.
second by Councilman Civiletto. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Sorry. Reading of the privilege of the floor regulations.
The privilege of the floor shall be extended to any person appearing for themselves, in which case the individual shall be limited to 3 minutes, and to any person representing a group who shall be limited to 5 minutes. When recognized, please stand and state your name and address. The city clerk shall have the duty of maintaining such time limits, and the councilman at large may determine in his discretion whether individuals are speaking for themselves or representing groups. Councilman Williams shall maintain good order and may require any speaker to cease speaking if remarks are made in bad taste or are slanderous or non-germane to any action taken or contemplated by council. The time limit specified above shall be strictly adhered to, except that a speaker may be allowed to complete a statement or thought started before such time has expired.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to open up the privilege of the floor section.
Jim Fisher with Revitalize Dunkirk, P.O. Box 107, Dunkirk, New York. We just want to let you know about our next meeting. It's going to be on November 15th at 6:30 p.m. at the Fredonia Technology Incubator just down the street at 214 Central Avenue. And we'd also like to mention that Jane Babinski, the Dunkirk Historical Museum Director, is going to be our guest speaker at the meeting. And we'd also like to say that Revitalize Dunkirk appreciates Resolution 106 on the agenda tonight, and also a thank you to Councilman Bermano for sponsoring it. And thank you.
Thank you, James.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Fisher. Anybody else wishing to address during the privilege of the floor? I thought you were going to talk.
No.
May I speak, sir?
Sure.
Thank you. My name is Lydia Faulkner. I live on 181 Lakeshore Drive West, Dunkirk, New York. I've lived here all my life. I am 70 years old. I've worked in Dunkirk all my life, and I've known you, Mr. Rosa, for many years. But I have a problem, and I wish to bring it up because I have a sewer break in Lakeshore Drive. Oh, yeah. I've had Mr. Casali numerous times snake my sewer, and it is past the curb. Past the curb. Now, I went nicely and I spoke, and they told me it is my problem. Oh, and I said, okay, so I asked Mr. Casali very nicely, how much is this number gonna cost me? Oh, Lydia, I hate to tell you, 30,000. Vitamadi, where do I get that kind of money? Excuse me, but that's the truth. Where do you get that kind of money? I just had Mr. Fidel 2 years ago water seal my basement, put a brand new sub pump in, and now I got water coming in. I'm asking, please change your book, change your rules. The citizens of Dunkirk cannot afford this kind of thing. There's not a one of us that I think around here can pick up 30,000 to do this. I have lived on Lakeshore Drive for over 40 years, and I'll tell you, how many semis do you think go through there? I couldn't count. And people cannot live like this. We are all taxpayers, every one of us in here. Can any one of you pick up 30,000 and to do this after you try to maintain your home? I don't think so. And at 70, I don't think I can either. I'm still paying on the stupid sub pump that is out and that's doing its thing. I thank you, and I appreciate you letting me talk. And may you please help me if you can. And the other taxpayers. Oh, they told me somebody else had to go through this, and it cost them 14,000. Oh my, not good. I ask for your help, please.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else wishing to use the privilege of the floor? Anybody else wanting to speak during privilege of the floor? The last time, anybody else wanting to speak during privilege of the floor? Privilege of the floor is now closed. Communications from the mayor, including disapproval messages.
Councilman, I just have 3 quick updates for the council members and the public. The first one is in reference to our farmers market and our fundraising dinner. This Friday, November 9th, the Dunkirk Farmers Market will be hosting our 2nd annual Farm to Table fundraising dinner. The dinner will be held at the Dunkirk Senior Center located at 45 Clistar Court on Ruggles Street. The evening will begin at 6:30 p.m. with local wines, appetizers, and a full Farm to Table dinner at 7 p.m. Dinner will include roasted pork, sides, salad, soup, and desserts. And the evening will include live music and a basket auction raffle. Second one is a housing and building and zoning complaint policy. We have a new policy that we're bringing in now. The city's building and zoning department has implemented a new complaint form. This form is available online and can be accessed at dunkirktoday.com by selecting the building and zoning office from the city offices menu. Then you click on the link on the right-hand side of the page to submit a complaint form directly to the department. The form is also available in the clerk's office, the building and zoning office, and the planning and development office. Residents can also file complaints by calling 366-9858 and selecting option number 1 or sending an email at our email address, propertycomplaints@cityofdunkirk.com. In the near future, the department intends to transition into an online complaint system that would allow users to view updates of a submitted complaint. And I just wanted to bring you all up to date that this is the new way that other municipalities are handling these complaints. And thirdly, there's our urban and community forestry grant. And again, this is a announcement. There should be a press release coming out tomorrow. It's my pleasure to announce a recent grant award of $49,500 from the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation for a citywide tree inventory and management plan. In the spring of 2017, I directed the Planning and Development Department to look into ways in which the city could annually plan, prioritize, and budget tree removals, maintenance work, and plantings of new trees in our city. The first step included the need to develop a tree inventory and management plan. We applied for this funding through the Department of Environmental Conservation's Urban and Community Forestry Grant in 2017. And this July of 2018, the Planning Department applied again with a new approach that would create partnerships between the city, grassroots organizations, and volunteers to further improve the city's urban forests. I am happy to say that this funding will provide the guidance needed to plan for Dunkirk's natural resources, as well as make us eligible to become a Tree City USA community and access additional grant funds. I would like to thank our Governor, Andrew Cuomo, and the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation for the funding to help enhance our natural resources for all of Dunkirk for future generations to come. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Communications from the public and petitions.
Number one, notice of claim from Jose A. Reyes Collazo for damages allegedly caused when he hit a manhole cover on Central Avenue between 6th and 7th Street at about 5:30 a.m.
Need a motion to send this to the Law Department? A motion by Councilman Bomano, second by Councilman Civiletto. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Number two, notice of claim from Lenore Feeblecorn for damages allegedly caused due to sewer and drainage water that backed up into the basement on October 6th and 7th, 2018.
I need a motion to send this to the Law Department. First by Councilman Bomano, second by Councilman Civiletto. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Number three, notice of claim from Judith Demansky for damages caused by water backing up in the basement allegedly due to sewers.
Need a motion to refer this to the Law Department.
I'll do it.
First by Councilman Bomano, second by Councilman Civiletto. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Number four, written prior notice from Michael Tofa for a quote-unquote dangerous situation outside 84 East Front Street. The storm sewers receiver has a large hole which has exposed a jagged rebar.
Just before we receive and file this, I just want to double check with DPW Director, Mr. Woodbury. I believe that probably the last Tuesday, I think it was, this was repaired.
Streets Division did an excellent job and it's fully repaired, yes.
Okay, and then this memo is received and filed. Report of standing boards and commissions. Councilman Bomano?
Yes, first of all, there will be a personnel meeting next Tuesday, November 13th, 4 p.m. in the mayor's conference room. Randy, now that the leaves are starting to fall down, I'd like the public to know what the game plan is.
The street supervisor submitted a proposal that the mayor and I are reviewing, and we'll maybe be making a press release on that pretty soon, and then hitting the streets and doing the job.
Okay, thank you. Mayor, that's great news about the grant. Rebecca, great job. Mayor, thanks again. Also, we just finished budget last night, and it went back to the mayor. Council had agreed on the budget, so I'd like to thank the mayor and all the staff that's helping out with the budget for a third year in a row, no tax levy. Also this year, there's no water rates or fee increases, and that's outstanding. Thank you. That's all I got.
Councilman Heenan?
Nothing, sir.
Councilman Civiletto?
I'd also like to thank the mayor and his staff for presenting the budget that looked pretty clean from what I can tell, and also not raising taxes or any type of fees, so thank you for that. Put a lot of work into it, I know you did. I'd also like to announce the Public Safety Committee, November 14th at 4 o'clock. We'll be having a presentation on code red, which is something that we do have in the budget if the budget goes through. And just wanted everyone to be able to see that program and ask questions about it and make sure that, that the community and all the department heads and the council and the mayor can ask questions about it if they'd like. And that's it.
Okay. I'd first like to, I didn't catch the last time, I just wrote down Lydia. I'd like to respond a little bit to what you had said. We have discussed that same issue at the DPW committee meetings a few different times. I know I've mentioned before that I think that the stuff that's in the street that we should be doing, there's been a cost that's been associated with it put out to me, and there were other members that thought that maybe we should even go to the sidewalk, since between the sidewalk and the curb is city property. But there haven't been enough members of council to make that change to have that go forward. So maybe after hearing what you had to say about it firsthand, maybe we can gain some support to get that moving.
I hope so, because it's not just for me. We have a lot, even other older people who live in Dunkirk. We want to keep this area going. You are doing well, but we can't start going back on the main drags. I mean, I've lived in Dunkirk, I've lived at that home itself for over 40 years.
Okay, I just got to kind of cut you a little bit because it's that part's over, but we're trying to do that.
I do appreciate if you can do something about it.
Okay, thank you. Also, I would like to ask DPW Director Woodbury my same question I've been asking since June. I hear that you have some good news to report to me about that light at 2nd and Roberts.
I do. The city's licensed master electrician, Michael Provision, has been working very hard on that new controller. He's been working with a company in Massachusetts, and he's identified a company that he recommends that we retrofit all of our 1980s vintage controllers to. This is the first one. He's got it up and running. He got trained over the phone from the Massachusetts person, and the controller is now calibrated to National Transportation Safety Board standards for that intersection. The company from Massachusetts will have a representative in this area at some time, so it will cost us a travel time from Massachusetts to give it the final tweaking of its programming. But it's up, working pretty well, and I'd like to thank you for your patience on that, and I'd like to thank our licensed master electrician Provision for staying with it and making a plan not only for that intersection, but for all of the other intersections that have controllers that are very aged, and they need his work to bring them up to current standards.
All right, thank you, and thanks for saying that me bringing it up every meeting is patience, so that's pretty good. I don't know who'd asked for the building part of it, but I have had some people ask about one of the projects, I believe it's part of the Stout project, by Mary's, that's fenced off, and there's a big hole there, and there's some plastic and stuff down there. Does anybody know what's happening over there?
I can get you an update on it. I don't have it off the top of my head, but I can get you one.
Okay, I didn't know if Randy might know what's going on, if you were working with the building inspector at all, or the mayor looks like he might know.
We're working with Stell as well. I didn't come prepared to answer that particular one. I think Rebecca and I can talk to the people we're working with at Stell. I'd like to remind you that it's been a cooperative effort between the city and Stell for this magnificent improvement to the city. It's just one of those areas, so it's probably just a small hiccup. Based on our experience, would you agree with Rebecca that it's probably something we can get you an answer for fairly quickly?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Mayor, did you have anything to add?
No, just to, if there are questions like that, and you let us know ahead of time, we can come prepared to answer it at the meeting.
I just got that today anyway, so I didn't really have much time before that. And then also, Chief Ortolano, is the parking changing soon? Should we give a little mention on it?
Changed from weekly to daily. This past Sunday, we will issue morning tags for about a week, and then we'll start issuing regular tags. And just as a reminder to everyone, not, I mean, some people think we enjoy going out and writing parking tickets. If we had to write 0, that would make me happy, probably not Mark for budgetary purposes, but we just remind everyone, our residents did a great job. Bless you. A long winter last year, and our residents did a great job getting their cars moved, but asking for that cooperation again, and put it out there right up front. If vehicles are hampering access for fire trucks or the snow plows to do their job, we will tow them out of the way. So hoping that we don't have to do that, but just reminding everyone to make sure they change over.
Right, and then just for those in attendance and those that may be watching, and maybe if somebody prints it or says it somewhere, it's odd side, odd day starting at
5 o'clock, at 5 o'clock the day, that would be the date that you change to odd side, even side, it's every other day. If anybody has any questions, they're more than welcome to call the communications desk at 366-2266, and the desk personnel will assist them in whatever they need.
Okay, thank you. Then lastly, I would just like to say that it is election day. Polls are open in the city of Dunkirk until 9. If you haven't exercised your right to vote, please get out and vote. Pre-filed resolutions. Actually, I skipped over unfinished business, but we have none, so pre-filed resolutions.
Number 106, resolution accepting hanging flower basket donation from Revitalize Dunkirk.
Any discussion? Councilman Bomano?
Thank you. I'd like to thank Revitalize Dunkirk and the Beautification Committee for all the hard work they've been doing the last few years. And each year it seems like you're doing more and more. And you know, I know how much you guys are out there and working hard in the heat and taking care of all that stuff. So we thank you very much.
Councilman Civiletto?
As a member of the council and a member of the Revitalize Dunkirk Beautification Committee, I'd like to thank the council before we vote on it, hoping that you vote yes, for accepting our donation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other discussion? None? Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
107, resolution authorizing alternative hours for City Hall employees.
Any discussion?
I'd like to make a motion to,
Oh, okay. I'd like to make a motion to table this resolution.
Okay, do I have a second?
second.
Motion by Councilman Civiletto to table this, and second by Councilman Bomano. Clerk, please call the roll. for
Councilmember
tabling.
Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
No.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Okay, this will be tabled.
We have a walk-on.
Okay, new business. We have one walk-in resolution.
Number 108, resolution endorsing purchase of 2 replacement loaders.
You want to just read the whole thing since it's a walk-in, please?
Okay. Amended resolution number 108-2018, November 6, 2018, by entire council, endorsing purchase of 2 replacement loaders. Whereas the city of Dunkirk has 2 aging loader plows that city mechanics have declared too worn to be reliable for winter plowing, and whereas new replacement loaders are immediately available through piggybacking a New York State contract with a loader vendor, Milton Cat, and whereas the City of Dunkirk Public Works Committee has requested that these loaders that can plow the city's narrow streets and also be used for loading and unloading and for other similar missions throughout DPW be acquired quickly. Now, therefore, it be resolved that the mayor and DPW director and fiscal affairs officers are hereby endorsed by the city's common council for the state contracted purchase of 2 Cat 938M loaders using available city funds, one at the cost of $190,386 and the other at the cost of $177,547 to be taken from General Fund 002-1900.1990 and General Fund 003-1900.1990.
Any discussion?
Just a correction, that's water and wastewater, not general. Just for the record, the lines are correct.
Okay.
The funds are.
So that there's two different 1900, 1990, one's in water fund, one's in the wastewater fund. That's where those are coming out of. So let the record show that. Any discussion? Oh, wait.
That's not quite correct. The first loader, the 190,000 is being paid for out of Fund 1. 001.5110.4055. And then the second identical loader is being split with Fund 2 and Fund 3 as per the numbers that you just read.
Okay, do we need to amend all that? Okay,
I'll fix it.
I'll fix that. Do we need to officially do it out here?
So it'd be one at a cost of $190,386 from General Fund 001.5110.55, and the other at a cost of $177,547 to be taken from Water Fund 001-1900-1990 and Waste 002, I'm sorry. And Wastewater Fund 003-1900.1990.
Correct. So we need a motion to amend to that. Motion by Councilman Bomano, second by Councilman Heenan. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Okay, that was for the amendment. Now we are going to vote on the resolution as amended. Any further discussion?
Yeah, for Randy, please. Randy, how old exactly are these loaders? And how long could we expect the new ones to last?
The old loaders are approximately 20 years old, and they're good manufacturer, American manufacturer, Caterpillar. We're replacing them with an in-kind loader. We think it's a good name, and they're on state contract. I think we should discuss how long they should last. We want to get on a fleet rotation program. The older loaders, in my opinion, were probably held on to a little bit too long because we could have gotten a bigger trade-in toward new ones. So I think a fleet maintenance program should be looked at so we can turn these things over a little bit more quickly. So I think I answered your question. We can probably get another 20 years if we push it on these, but I'm not recommending necessarily that we do that.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? I just want to add also that I believe that this includes a maintenance on the loaders.
On these loaders, yes.
Okay. All right, any other discussion? All right, seeing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Any other new business? Seeing none, motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn by Councilman Bomano, second by Councilman Heenan. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Okay.